Hey guys, good to see you. All right, so this is going to be our last and final thing that we talk about with shading. So we've been talking about shading a little bit more each and every single day, and this is it. So there's a lot more to shading, but this is it for this week. All right, so let's talk about, let me clear my desk area. I got some examples for you. All right, so here is, get that out of the way. Here is a project that I shade on, and this one is a hand drawing project that I do with 6th graders. And what we do here is I'm wanting, just like I did with all of those spheres, all of the circles that I shaded to make them look 3D, I wanted that shading to wrap around it and make it look like it was on a curved surface. The same thing is happening here. So this is a finger here, and whenever I start my shading, I'm going to look at where the lighting source is, and I'm assuming that the lighting is coming from like the top up here. And then what's going to happen is on the shading here, this is where the lightest area is, and as it moves around to the edges, it's going to be a little bit darker. As it moves around the inside here, it's going to be a little bit darker. So same thing in here. It's going to be a little bit darker on your edges, and that's going to make it look more 3D. The other thing that you're going to do is when you shade, let me see if I can get you closer to this. Notice here, it's a little hard to see. This document camera is not always the clearest. Maybe if I zoom it in. Let's take a look. This is Rao's new document camera. Ooh, look at that. That's much better. All right, so look on here, and you can see that, let's go over here. This is what I was talking about before. There's a direction. Notice that I didn't shade like straight across and like weird little straight lines. Instead, I wanted to arch that up and make sure that it kind of looks like it was going around the side of a rounded surface, which it is, just like my sphere. You want to take that and make it on that round surface. All right, now this has been Mrs. Rao's coloring project for the week. This is kind of what I've been doing with all of my extra time. And for my extra time this week, I'll even put a YouTube link. I found this on YouTube. This is not something Mrs. Rao came up with, but it was kind of fun. This is like Mrs. Rao's adult coloring book page of the week. Whoa, it was crazy. I had fun with that one. If you want to try this one, don't beat yourself up if you accidentally get off, like with the black, the white, black, the white. I did in a few places. There's no shame in that. All right, so what we're going to do is the intention for this is that this is supposed to look as if it is curved out, and this is supposed to look as if it kind of like dips down in. So let's take a look at how we can, so that is the appearance I want so far, but let's go ahead and kind of increase that appearance with some shading. All right, so to begin with on here, just like I showed you with the fingers that I just brought out here, so what I have is we're going to take this shading. Oh, you can't see it because I'm on camera. Let me move. All right, so I'm going to take this shading up and kind of over. I wouldn't even really mess with the black areas too much. So I'm going to take this up and kind of curve this over. It's going to get a little darker on your edges. And let's see if I can do just this one section here. It's going to make a big difference. Oh, you can't see that. I'm shading off screen because I'm so zoomed in again. All right, I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn this around. It's easier for me to shade from this direction. So I'm going to take this up this direction. Same thing here. And hopefully you can start to see that it looks like it's kind of bubbling out. Or if you kind of had that indication before, now it's really getting there. All right, and I'm going to pause the video like I like to do and kind of show you a finished product there. All right, let's go ahead with this one. We kind of want it to look as if it dips down, so our shading needs to be in a different place. This one is supposed to appear as if it's kind of like, almost like a slide. I almost kind of think it's like a, kind of like a tube, like one of those tube slides. Just blend that out just a little bit. Once again, I wouldn't really worry about the black. It's not going to make too much of a difference. Darkest in the center right here. As you get further down, you kind of need to shade less. You want more shading. A little smaller. So hopefully you're starting to see that this, here we go, that's looking really nice. Alright, so find something, you don't have to do quite this project, or if you do, you know what, if I were going to do this again, I would do this project on maybe a post-it note or something, something small. Or if you really, really like this picture, like I said, I'll put that link in the Google Classroom. It was honestly kind of fun just to kind of come and go and do a little bit of, I call this like my adult coloring book, where it was just kind of like filling in the blanks. All right, but you can see what I'm doing with shading here. And once again, I'm going to pause this for a few moments, and I'm going to come back with a little bit more shading on it so that you can see what I would consider a little bit more of a finished. All right, so one moment, and I'll be back. All right, so I have my, not finished, but I did finish like those two sections that I was working on before. And you can hopefully see the effect that I'm trying to create where there's shading around the sides on this one, so here and here, so it looks like it's curved up, and this one is supposed to be looking like it's curved down, so I reversed where the shading is, and plus I drew my lines a different direction. All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.